Good morning. It's Panama Canal Day and it is 5:45 in the morning. We're supposed to be arriving in Panama Canal for the beginning of our passage at 6:30, and there's a seminar that's going to go for like 8 to 11 hours depending on how long our passage takes. Dr. Ryan, he is doing the commentary as we go through. This is similar to when we did our Alaska cruise. There was a naturalist on board who narrated as we went through Tracy Arm Fjord. And it was really informative actually to hear all of that. And it looks a little bit rainy, but you can see a little bit of daylight starting to show and other ships out here. And it's warm. Gosh, my mirror is all foggy now. That just shows you how humid it is. I am going to get dressed really quickly and go and get some coffee. And I want to watch from my room. I'm on the starboard side. I thought I was on the port side of the ship. And the people I had dinner with last night, which I'll have to tell you about, I sat with 5 other people from 2 different groups. They said that the commentator told them that the port side is the best to be on, that you will see one thing from the starboard side, but then for the most of the rest of that passage, this side is only going to see grass and nothing very exciting. And then on the port side, they're going to see everything, the locks, and they said we'll see the new locks, but we won't be going through them. I'm very happy that I purchased a seat in the sanctuary for today, because the other couple that was at my table said they've done the passage before, and that from the aft, you can watch the locks close behind us, which is something amazing. I think I am going to be in the best place in the sanctuary. This is the highlight of my cruise today. I mean, the excursions are great too, but the Panama Canal is such a wonder of the world. Sorry, I'm gonna have to keep wiping the lens. I got my coffee. I put some towels down because it is so dang humid out here. The chair was wet. I'm here at the room for 2 more hours. So I'm just gonna sit out here and watch as we approach. If you leave that door open, your air is gonna turn off and it's gonna feel the same inside as it does out here, which is not comfortable. But it's not uncomfortable, but you wanna be able to get away from it. So I decided, instead of listening to that narrator, I'm going to listen to my book, The Path Between the Seas, until I can go up to the sanctuary. The sunrise is very pretty. Here comes the pilot. They're gonna steer us in.
Oh, I didn't know you guys were right there. Hello.
We're so quiet.
There goes the neighborhood.
It's getting so warm. I just finished my coffee and it is so warm out. Oh my goodness. I'm wearing jeans right now and I need to put on a very light dress. Otherwise, I am going to be in the pool by 8 a.m. When you look down, you make eye contact with someone who's standing outside in their bathrobe and they are like they thought they were in a private place. But no, you're hanging over the railing and I can definitely see you in your bathrobe. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but just don't be surprised that other people can look down and see you. This rain along the window, I don't know where it came from, but it's not raining and it hasn't been. I bet that's just the humidity. Tugboat coming up. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. It is 7:50 almost. And I'm just putting my bag together with my headphones, my phone, I'm gonna bring my charger, even though there's no outlet as far as I know up in the sanctuary, but I may ask so I don't have to come back down here at any point. I'm expecting it to be totally sold out. So far I've been one of up to 3 people on the second level. Otherwise I've been by myself up there most of the time. So I think today it will be very much different. There's a waitress up there who is just so wonderful. She has come by and pointed things out to me that I wouldn't know otherwise. When we were passing Cuba, she came and said, "Oh, excuse me, Miss Hillary, just wanted to make sure you know that that's Cuba." Well, yesterday she came up and was telling me about how the coffee in Colombia and in Punta Arenas, our next stop, is like famous for being some of the best in the world, and recommending that if I didn't have an excursion booked yet, that I do the tours that include a coffee plantation. I already do have a tour booked, but I asked whether she would be able to get off the ship, and she just lit up telling me about how she got great responses from her customers on the last cruise, and because of that she was given a tour in Puerto Vallarta. You know, when you get those surveys at the end of your cruises and they expire after 2 weeks, but it means so much to the staff to get that feedback, especially positive feedback, because they are rewarded. And I think that's awesome of Princess to give them a short excursion as a thank you and a recognition for how hard they work and try to satisfy the customers, because they really do put a lot of effort in. Getting a comment card is big, but getting an adventure out of doing a good job is amazing. I need to go and get some cash so I can tip. I've never been on a cruise this long, and there are several staff members that I really appreciate and want to make sure that I give an additional gratuity to, and I'm not sure if I need to do that throughout the cruise or like tomorrow is the 7th day, I believe. So I was thinking after the first week I'll do a tip, and then after the second week I'll do another tip, because 15 days is a long time to not be getting a gratuity or to not know if someone is going to tip you. You see all those birds down there? Oh my goodness. I need to get up there to the sanctuary. I think we're about to enter the locks. Okay, it looks like they have a special setup here for the canal. So I'm just gonna show you. This is how you get out to the sanctuary. You come in through the fitness center, and this is deck 14. My seat's on 15. Yeah, it's gonna be busy up here today. So this is always here, fruit and citrus and cucumber water. This is not normally here. Iced tea, juice, muffins, pastries,
that's crew members waiting.
Fruit salad.
You guys are flirting now.
Coffee. Good morning. How are you? Got my coffee. A lot of people are down on the lower level. Here's the first entrance. Oh, look at the train. Wow. You can see how the hill starts increasing in height. The point I'm at in the path between the seas talks about how the water levels between the two seas are not actually different. It's just the tides. At least that was the theory. Wow. Oh, look at the ship passing us. Wow. Oh, these two people on the right, I was on excursion with when I went snorkeling. Oh, it's starting to rain. Awesome.
Now it's beach in Japan runs the show since 1998.
I'm just gonna let myself get wet because I want to see this lock open.
The largest earthen dam in the world. 1,200 feet thick.
I hope you can hear the narrator.
Made from all the fill of Kaluga.
I got it. It's a tricky door. Here. There.
Guess what? I guess you guys already figured it out, huh? Liquid sunshine.
Liquid sunshine. It feels good to me. I'm in my swimsuit.
No, it's not supposed to. People on the
The ship is tilted. I don't know if it's because everyone's on the left side, but this is so cool. The rain and everything.
Reflection. He's taking videos right now. Just put a towel over his head. But the guys over at 10 o'clock, they're waving to you. Those are princess cameramen. Smile, you're on candid camera.
Gone through the first lock now. They're raising the water level and lowering it for that ship there. He's getting a mimosa in the pool. Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs and show you these cement walls are like 6 inches from the window. Damn, it took me too long to get back down here. But this cement wall was just completely covering this window. So I'm gonna get champagne and sit here and wait for it to do that again. Oh my gosh, it's totally pouring down rain and nobody's up here anymore. And while I was gone, they put my bags up on here so they didn't get soaked. But I'm still gonna stay up here. I'm just gonna put another towel down. Horse sanctuary, guys. Running around with towels on. I got a pool towel to cover my legs. And unless they kick me out, I'm posted up. At least until we get to the next lock, because I want to do a time lapse as we go through from the 6th floor where the wall comes all the way up. It's crazy. But I did sit down and do a time lapse there, which was so cool. I've never used that with my GoPro. It turned out to be a 20-second video after I sat there for probably 15 minutes. They just brought out fruit kebabs. Yummy. Animals in there. Wow. What a day. Look at all these ships. The narrator said they're lined up for the entrance tomorrow to go the other direction. We entered the locks around 7 this morning, and it was about 5:20 when we passed under the World's Bridge. I got video on my cell phone of the observation tower where all these people in Panama were gathered to wave at us, and people on board made signs. I ended up missing that both days that they did it. I need to take a shower like immediately, but I wanted to show you some of the things I ended up needing to buy today. I had only 30 minutes of film left, so I went to the camera area and they were closed because all of the staff was out on deck filming. There was another guy there and I said, oh no, I didn't bring enough memory. He's like, yeah, I'm in the same boat. My excursion tomorrow and the river rafting one the next day tell me on the ticket that I need to bring a hat. I'm not a hat person. I absolutely hate hats. I look ridiculous in them. But after the snorkeling excursion, I know that it's true. I do need that. It also says to bring insect repellent, which I, for some reason, didn't bring with me, even though I knew that Panama is notorious for mosquitoes. What I ended up having to buy today is a mobile power thing for my phone. So I brought this up with me, and while I was filming I had it charging. It was 3 parts charged out of 4, and it got my phone from 18 to 55%. I also picked up these 2 32 gigabyte microchips, insect repellent, 50 SPF and 30 SPF, and the only ones they have are ones that include bronzer. And then this is the hat I got. This was the best option. I mean, they had baseball hats, but that's ridiculous on me. They had a black one of these I thought was actually kind of cute, but black absorbs heat, and I don't want to be too hot. So don't expect to see me very much in the vlog of those tours where I'm wearing that hat, because no. The experience in the sanctuary today was really impressive. I think it was $20 more than the normal day. They had mimosas served all day, unlimited. When I came back from taking a nap, there was a souvenir glass filled with the drink of the day. In the glass, you can hit the button at the bottom and it would light up and flash. Mine didn't work. Plus, I have literally no space to take a cup, so I left it up there, but I think that was cool. And then they kept coming around and trying to take pictures all morning, and I was like, no, I'm good. Well, at the end of the day, 2 photographers came and forced me to get my picture taken. I didn't know why. Then I saw them coming around with portfolios with like a Panama Canal certificate with your photo in it for everybody that was a guest in the sanctuary. And I think because I put it off for so long, they weren't able to get mine done in time. For a $20 upcharge to be in the sanctuary at the aft of the ship with your great views and personalized service, tea time, it was incredible. Yes, it rained a lot, and if you weren't in a cabana, there were several times today that you would have needed to go indoors unless you would have needed to go indoors. I'm from Seattle. I totally stuck it out. The poor servers were using their trays to cover their heads and run from one deck to another, but everybody was smiling and laughing and having a good time. That was without a doubt worth it. Just is one of the best cruising days I've ever had. And I would consider that an excursion because they do limited things on board. They count this as like a port. It's scenic cruising, but it really absorbed the entire day. I highly recommend getting a cabana seat in the sanctuary if you can. If you can't, get a lower level seat that has cover, because even when you're not cruising Panama, if you do the full cruise package, it's nice to have shade and you can go out in the sun if you need to. We're gonna anchor out here, and then in the morning we're gonna pretty much loop back to where we just came from, and everyone will get off the boat for their excursions. The narrator really was narrating from 7 a.m. until 5:20. He was so informative. He said the temperature ranges here from 70 to 120. And so when it rains, it's not just like what you would expect from rain. It is so muggy, and it really is. My dress is wet, and my swimsuit's wet, and I didn't even get in the water today, and I was undercover. My room steward, Donald, saw the bags of laundry that I put together when I first unpacked, because I didn't have enough hangers and these things I do need washed, but I just shoved tons of stuff in the 2 laundry bags I had and put them up in the closet, kind of tried to hide them from him. So last night when I came back to the room, he stopped me and said, "Hey, do you have some laundry you need me to do?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I need to fill out the form." And he's like, "Just put it on your bed and I'll take care of it." The staff on this ship is just fantastic, and Edith is the woman in the sanctuary who constantly gives me advice and like makes sure I don't miss things. Today she's like, "Look, if you keep an eye on this, we're going down and that ship's going up." So I'm just looking through the footage of earlier, and this was so funny. This woman had binoculars and she lost her damn mind when she spotted these monkeys. She didn't know what they were at first, but she came shrieking across the deck, screaming. We were in the sanctuary on the upper level, and her friends apparently were on the level above that, where the sports deck is, and she came running, yelling for her friend to get down here right now and come see this. You will not believe it. I don't know what it is, but they have tails. And she was beyond out of her mind over it. And so everybody's like looking around. I got up, and this couple that I'd been standing next to a lot of the time was lounging in the sun because it finally had come out. But no one could ignore this woman and what she was saying. So I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go look. And the couple just like nodded and like I was gonna let them know if there was something there. This is what we saw. We're just passing a bridge, and then toward the end I finally see what she's talking about. These 4 little monkeys there, way off in the distance, and their tails are up. They actually look like long-necked birds because the tails were so tall, and they were like eating out of the grass with their tails up in the air. It is cool to see wildlife, but you don't go shrieking like that across the deck. Anyway, later on, after we finished the passage, that couple and I were standing along the railing, and the lady leans over to me. She's like, "Hey, if you look really closely, you might be able to see an ant on the beach there." I'm like, "We should yell and tell everybody." She's like, "Yeah, and we should run and scream across the balcony." I mean, I can't blame the lady for getting excited, but she had binoculars. Nobody else could see as well as she could, and it was sounding the alarm that these monkeys were there. I showered. I am like, it is not even 8 p.m., but I got up at 5 a.m. I have an excursion that leaves at 8:45 in the morning, so I ordered room service, and I'm going to watch a movie and eat dinner in bed. I ordered a Caesar salad and then the special pizza of the day, which is a Meat Lovers. They send condiments for the salad and the pizza. My salad, Princess Gourmet Pizza. This is available during the hours of the pizzeria, which is 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. And that's what it looks like. It's a 12-inch. That could easily feed 2 people. Of course, I'm not going to eat the whole thing, but you can't order it by the slice. So it's $3. Salad, anything else that you order, you don't have to pay for, but the pizza is $3 for the delivery. I have my little mini bar set up in my fridge, so I'm just going to grab a Diet Coke. And then I'm just looking for the channel where they play the movies, because I do think the movies under the stars play on the TV. And it's going to be a chill in the room type of night.